Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great always in always. Get your poopa scooper because TD is talking shit. So as we've all seen, the government shutdown has begun. We are officially in a pissing contest. But the first thing I want to say is about this board of peace, right? Because this is going to have to do with what I say next, right? Because there's nothing, I don't know if there's anything I despise more than this fucking board of peace. Because why isn't there a board of no more homeless veterans, right? A board of there's no more homeless veterans. Why isn't there a board of there's no more veteran suicide, right? And I can keep going and going and going. But you know where I stand on, right? Which leads to my next statement about this government shutdown when the representatives of the Republican Party came out and said, our military are not getting paid. Stop acting like you give a fuck. Stop acting like you give a fuck that your military, the military personnel are not getting paid. Stop it. Stop it. No one treats their military worse while they're serving and after they've done serving better or worse than America does. No one. No country treats their military worse than the United States of America. It is fucking repugnant. So when you stand up there and you make this big statement about our military isn't going to be paid, aren't getting paid right now, this, that, whatever. Stop acting like you give a fuck. Veteran homelessness numbers are through the roof. Veteran suicide numbers are through the fucking roof. There is a pandemic of homeless veterans, a pandemic of veteran suicide. Stop acting like you give a fuck. Ain't nobody in Washington, D.C. give a fuck about the United States military. All they care about is having big productions and all that shit. They don't give a fuck about you. If you're in the military, they don't give a fuck about you. That's it. If they did, they'd make sure you have everything you need while you're serving and after you're serving. But they want, the military's not getting served. Well, why isn't there a board of no more veteran homelessness? No more veteran suicide? Why isn't there a board of any of that shit? Huh? All you do is go on and talk shit every day about the military. Why don't you take care of the fucking military? Why don't you take care of the military while they're serving and after they're done serving? Because you're full of shit. Mierda. And it is absolutely fucking repugnant. And yes, I'm sure that President Donald Trump will start laying off federal workers. It is what it is. And he'll start with the Democratic states or the states that he feels wronged him and all this other stuff. And I hate to break it to you, Democrats. You're going to have to blink. That's the truth, full stop, end of. You are going to have to blink. Because President Donald Trump does not care who he hurts, who gets fired, who loses their job, who loses their livelihood. He does not give a shit, nor does anyone in his administration give a shit about any American. Full stop, end of. They don't care if they live or they die. That is a fact. So Democrats, Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, you're going to have to break. That's just the truth. Full stop, end of. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that President Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and his entire administration do not give a shit who they hurt, who gets fired, who loses their health insurance, who loses their livelihood, who can't afford graces. They do not give a shit. When you let the devil in, don't expect the devil to stop being the devil. And the devil is in America, and the devil is thriving. And Hakeem, Jeffrey, Schumer, everybody else, you're going to have to cave. That's what it is. Full stop, end of. You are going to have to break. And the sooner you break, this comes to an end. But elections have consequences and repercussions. And America has shown you and told you exactly who and what they are. And it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. So my advice to the Democrats, the sooner you break, the sooner things get back to normal.